3.4 was peak though. I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion, but it seems like a majority of people do not like 3.4. Or not the Finon patch. Finon is absolutely fine. I think people would have been happier if we just left off on the Finon patch. But the Fate collab came in, and it kind of overshadowed how good the initial 3.4 was. Anyways, I'm not gonna stall too long. All right, so here we are with Braxphone's new video called "That's All, Folks." Insinuating that he's quitting Honkai Star Rail forever and there's nothing we can do to get him back. Yeah, Brax, one of the most notorious guide makers in Honkai Star Rail, from what I've heard, is taking a break from Star Rail. I want to see what his reasons are for that, but I'll be honest, it's probably the same reasons as anyone else or everyone else, where everyone's kind of just like burned out from this game and they really haven't been keeping up the quality. But anyways, I don't know, I'm just speculating. Let's watch this video. It's 14 minutes long and see what his thoughts are, because I do also have like quite a bit of thoughts about Honkai Star right now, and they're not very good, I'll be honest. Anyways, let's see.
Yeah, another video like this in a row. That's crazy. You guys are about to hear something from me that I think many of you are not going to like. And I want to preface the video with this because to me, this is one of those like, oh, brace for impact moments. Like, I know that there's going to be some pretty crazy response to this, but I think this is pretty big news because in today's video, I'm going to be addressing quite a few things, including how I feel about the games that I've been playing, where we are, where we're going, and contracts and more. So let's talk about it.
Damn, he's been offered contracts. I mean, that makes sense. I've never been offered a contract by anyone. I don't think they like me very much. I don't think gacha companies like me very much. Never been offered a contract. They'll work with me one time though, but they're like, yeah, I don't want to give this guy a contract. He's a bit too feminine. He's a fucking femboy. Don't check my most recent Twitter post, by the way. It's fake. It's not real.
A lot of really great games have released over the past year, and even beyond that, we've had so many great games release over the past few years. Things like Clair Obscur, the Oblivion remaster, Metaphor Refantasio, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh my god, dude! Those two. There's two games in there that I actually really want to fucking play that I don't have the time for, which is Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, and Metaphor Refantasio. Bro, I want to play those games so bad, but I just keep going back to Honkai Star Rail because Honkai Star Rail is peak. And why do I even play other turn-based games when I can play Honkai Star Rail? Am I right?
Dune Awakening. There's so many other games that have come out in that time too, and so many like fun group games, party games with friends, other single-player games, and there's even more like amazing indie titles out there that are getting way less coverage. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. I haven't played any of them. Well, except for Monster Hunter Wilds, I did play that quite a bit. I enjoyed it, but I haven't played any of the new content on that. I got 1 hour into Oblivion, the remaster. I got like 45 minutes into Dune Awakening. I haven't even opened Clair Obscur, and there's so many more games than that. And I've realized over the past little bit that I just really miss playing real games. And so I begin to ask myself, why? Why am I in this position where I'm not playing these games? Why am I in this position where I feel like I can't spend the time to sit down and enjoy these games? And the answer that I came to, and the conclusion that I came to, is because right now I'm constantly chasing the schedule of whatever gacha game I am covering. The gacha games I'm playing, Wuthering Waves and Honkai Star Rail, and many other gacha games will release patches every 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the game. And with those patches come new characters, and my content's all centered around helping you guys understand those characters and build them to be very strong, so that way you guys don't get completely taken advantage of and wiped off the face of the planet whenever you try to complete something like Memory of Chaos. And I really enjoy educating. I don't know how many of you guys know this about me, but I'm actually a music educator, or I was a music educator.
Chat, he teaches the saxophone. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. No fucking way, chat. New lore, chat. New lore. He was a music teacher. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he looks like a music teacher. Is that like offensive? I used to be in band. I used to play the trumpet. I was fucking ass, by the way. I'll be one of those kids where when it's time for like a performance, I would just fake play. I would like be blowing my fucking heart out, but I wouldn't make any fucking sound because I know it would ruin the fucking performance. But yeah, I used to have a band teacher that looked almost exactly like Braxophone. Wait, it might have been him, to be honest. It might have been him. I don't know. I'll go see later.
YouTube kind of took off for me when I was in my student teaching. So I got my degree in music education and I used to teach kids during a student teaching section of my college career. But then after that, I was like, oh, I really like YouTube and I really like teaching people through YouTube. And so I've continued to make like guide videos for you guys for a really long time. And with HSR, it's been just over 2 years, but I started in Genshin, and Genshin, you guys probably noticed, but I don't cover Genshin anymore. The reason that I don't cover Genshin anymore is because the game doesn't have anything new to offer me that makes me want to keep playing. They have a story that I think a lot of people are interested in, but for me, I can't really get behind gacha stories that are about selling the newest character. And
I'll be honest, man, I feel like most Genshin players are just playing for the story at this point, like for the story. I also think that's the same case of a lot of Honkai Star Rail players who are just like keeping up with the story. Because I don't know, man, I just don't really see how there's just not like too much like endgame or like things to be looking forward to other than like the story and like the new characters, which are kind of like similar. Yeah, because the gameplay is like super mid, bro. I'll be honest, man. For both those games, it's okay. I don't want to say it's mid. It's just it just hasn't like branched out more. Like we've been pretty much just doing Memory of Chaos for like the past year, and that's what everyone waits for. It's all just new character. Test them out in Memory of Chaos, and then do story. I have not heard about anyone talk about anything else in Star Rail. I don't know about Genshin though, but it's probably the same thing.
Really feels like so many of these characters are introduced in gacha games just to be thrown away up until like a random event 3 years in the future.
Oh yeah, no, that I really don't like that about gacha games too, man. They just kind of sideline every other character or every character that they, you know, or they're always forgotten about. There just nobody ever gets any screen time besides like their initial debut. We haven't heard about the fucking Stellaron hunters in like 50 bajillion years, even though they're like pretty crucial to the story. I feel like, you know, they're like the Team Rocket of the story, and they haven't showed up since like 1.2 or something. I don't fucking know. A lot of very popular fan favorite characters that kind of just don't get anything. You know, it really fucking sucks. Stellaron hunters appeared in 3.0 for like 2 seconds. Chat, come on now. They appeared in the like at the end of the story for like 2 seconds. But hopefully they do more though, man. I'll be honest, man, because I feel like they're getting too little screen time. It's been a year and that's all they got, by the way. It's been a fucking year, and we got like the flashback of like, you know, that. It's interesting, but like it's been a year, chat. It's been a year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What happened to Argenti too, man? I want to know more about the Knights of Beauty. I really fucking do, man. I feel like the Knights of Beauty are so interesting, and they just we haven't touched them, chat. I'm sorry, I touched them, but you guys haven't touched them, so yeah, anyways.
Back with a couple dialogue lines, but it feels like most of these characters aren't even really a part of the world that much outside of serving the purpose of getting sales by being in the story and by fleshing out the characters. So like, I understand they build the world, but it also kind of plays into this whole idea that every single main character in a gacha game is just a self-insert. And when I think about games that I really loved, like The Witcher 3, for example, that's about a guy who has a ton of development throughout the entire series.
I'll be right back. I gotta go jerk off. I'll be right back. Hey chat, did not wash my hands, by the way. Did you know it's not optimal to wash your hands? It saves so much time. It saves so much time. At the end of your life, just think about, because everything adds up. That's the thing you gotta understand. It adds up. All those, like, let's say like 80 years of your life that you spent going to the bathroom and washing your hands, all those seconds that you think take very short time could have been used on something else. You could have saved like an entire like year by just not washing your hands and doing something else. That's just my logic. Go wash now. I'm good, bro. Don't tell me what to do. Anyways, let's keep going.
That makes him who he is, and it makes him such an interesting character. So much more interesting than a self-insert could ever be. So honestly, I don't really like self-inserts, and I don't really like stories that focus on side characters more than the main character. And that's not a Genshin specific problem. That's just kind of why I'm not really interested in the Genshin story that much. And that's kind of all that's left of that game, because I've already beaten Abyss. I have all the characters that I wanted, and I'm kind of explorationed out. I'm not really super interested in chasing exploration in that game. So like, I'm kind of just done with it. And I fear that in Honkai Star Rail, I've kind of reached a similar point where off stream, I don't play that much outside of the CE server. Now when the CE server comes.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is because we all know how little time Honkai Star Rail takes, right? I really thought I wasn't going to get an account manager for Honkai Star Rail or I would never get an account manager for Honkai Star Rail, but I found myself actually doing it because I just don't really want to log into the game anymore, man, to be honest. Yeah, I don't. I'm pretty burned out, I'll be honest. Yeah, I is now my account manager. She does everything for me. Thank you, by the way. I do be getting some good pulls from her doing all my shit. Because you're lazy? Well, it's because I'm lazy and I'm burnt out. I do my Uma dailies. I do my Marvel Rivals dailies. Come on now. Come on now. I'm not lazy. Then just quit? No, because I make content. This is my job. This is my job, bro. And I also really like gambling, so I do want to log in and gamble for it, because I love the characters a lot, and I do love gambling, and I do still like the story. I still have reason to play the game. I want to see the end until like I want to see the end of the Emphorius story, but after that, I think I'm gonna start taking like a lot longer breaks in between of playing. You know, do the Fate event. It's super long, I've heard. I might do that offline, or I might make I do it offline. This is what I should probably be saying. Anyways, go all in on Uma. I don't want to all in on Uma. I kind of want to just like variety, do like everything, you know, anything, everything, mostly gacha related, but you know, just like anything. Monthly Honkai Star Rail. All in on Ananta, dude. I would love to if the game ever came the fuck out. I am like the #1 Ananta fan, and that game has never posted anything. It drives me fucking crazy.
It takes up all of my free time, and I spend all of my time on the CE server testing out characters to bring you guys guide videos that I believe in and that hopefully help you guys a lot. But nowadays, it is very difficult for me to even write these guides. Like, I'm really struggling to sit down, test a character a bunch, and then like just write up the video script and edit the video. And what I've kind of realized is that this isn't burnout. I mean, I've been burnt out before. I burn out over and over and over when I push content too hard, but this is just how it is. This is just gacha games. And unfortunately for me, what I fear has happened is the creator experience server coming out weeks ahead of a character's release not only takes away the hype of getting to do everything with the community when the character comes out, but it also means that I have to spend weeks ahead of the character's release prepping content, and it makes it so when the character comes out, I don't actually want to play the character. But not only that, making the guides themselves takes me like a week. And because there's multiple characters that release some patches, and because I'm also doing Wuthering Waves, I've realized that like I don't think I can do it anymore. I have one of the greatest jobs in the world, and I'll never take that for granted. I appreciate the hell out of you guys, and I'm so glad that I can make YouTube videos for my living. It's amazing. But I also come to realize that like any job that you really just don't like doing probably isn't worth doing unless you absolutely have to. And I know that if I put my time and efforts into either a game I'm enjoying more at a time or content that I know I'm enjoying more at the time, I'm going to make better content. And I think as long as there are people like you guys who are interested in my content, I can really find a way to make YouTube a super enjoyable and fulfilling job in basically any niche. So with that said, going forward, you guys, I'm going to be taking a temporary hiatus from Honkai Star Rail guides. And the reason is because I want to fall in love with gaming again, find my passion for gaming again, and get to play some of these amazing things that I feel like I've missed out on trying to keep up with the gacha patch cycle. I want to make better content for you guys, but I don't think I can do that anymore on Honkai Star Rail guides, at least not right now. It's possible that maybe in the future I
also have an announcement. I shall also be taking a break from Honkai Star Rail guides. Okay, don't be too sad. Don't be too. You can still go to people like Mr. Poke. I'm sure he will post guides, but I will also. Don't expect any guides from me. I know there's a lot of cool characters coming out, like Celery and Ice Eileen's. You know, and I'm sure you're gonna miss it a lot. But you know, just get a pride win. You know, they copy me a lot. They'll probably emulate me pretty well. All right. Oh no, how will I build my characters? I know, right? This is a damn fucking shame, but. Yeah, Honkai Star Rail, man, you fumbled. You lost me in the guide making. You should have paid me more is what you should have done, man. God damn. It's their fault, chat. Go email them. Go email them to sponsor me, please. Actually, I do need the money quite badly.
Will enjoy Honkai Star Rail guide making again to the extent that I did when the game first released, and I'll be able to put out those guides, but right now I'm just not feeling it. The videos that I enjoyed making the most over these past few months have been the game reviews. I really enjoyed making that Duet Night Abyss video. I scripted, voiced, recorded, and played all of that Duet Night Abyss footage that you see in that entire video. It was all done by me. The Warframe video as well. I did that one entirely by myself. The Ethereum restart video I did pass off to an editor, and they did a great job, but I think that if I edited that one, I also would have enjoyed it a little bit better as well. What I really like doing is talking about games, and a lot of the time that means I have to play the game, or I get to play the game is an even better way to look at it. For me, I'm looking forward to so many games on the horizon. There's so many games I haven't played, and I really just want to reclaim gaming for myself because I haven't been able to do that since I've been kind of following this patch schedule. It has been quite exhausting for me. If you guys want the quality and the funny jokes and everything that are in my guide videos, I just can't do that stuff live. I can't make it easier for me to make that content. I've already optimized it all that I can, and it's just not what I want to do anymore, at least not right now. So what I'm going to be doing going forward is I'm going to be making some videos about new games that are upcoming, and then once I find a game that I really enjoy, that I really want to latch onto, that I have a super big interest in, I'll probably cover that game as well. When I was streaming talking about this yesterday at twitch.tv/Brax, I did get a question in chat, and they were asking, well, won't Hoyoverse like be upset about this? Isn't this like big for Hoyoverse? So let's talk about Hoyoverse contracts and how working with these companies has been. The first thing I need to say is that the idea that I'm on some kind of contract with Hoyoverse is a huge misconception. I've never been on a long-term contract with Honkai Star Rail.
I think I don't know, there's been like this notion going around of like, I think people have the wrong idea of contracts too, man. Like, it's because like people are like, oh my god, this guy's a Hoyo creator, he has to be contracted, he can't do anything, like he's talking shit about this other game because they're contracted. No, dude, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think contracts like that exist too much nowadays. I think it was like kind of popular back then where companies will, well, not really, I feel like it's very like few cases, but like a company will hire or like they'll give like a contract to someone to like play their game and only their game, otherwise their contract is like terminated or whatever the fuck. That, like, they'll give you like a very big amount of money, like they'll pay off your rent and shit if you only stream their game, so it makes it kind of like an actual job to like shill their fucking game, right? But there has been, I feel like there's been a lot, well, not too much now, but like there has been in the past a lot of people who just accuse every single fucking Hoyo creator of being under contract. Like, holy shit, dude, like like, oh my god, man, like it's like, it's such a small amount of people, I want to say, because they're just straight up not allowed to make any content on like other games, and you don't really see that with like a lot of Hoyo creators. They'll play like a lot of games like Wuthering Waves and like newer gacha games. So it's kind of annoying to see like all these accusations being thrown around, like, oh, he can't say this and that because he's like contracted under Hoyo and shit. He's not talking shit because he's under contract, bro. Like, oh my god, man. I know you're secretly under a contract. Stop lying. Okay, I will disprove it right now. I don't like the Herda. There you go. If I was under contract, I would have been permanently shadow banned forever. Here's another one. Do not pull on the Herda. She is a scam. She is worse than an Axa. Spend your money somewhere else. There you go. Blocked forever. Will never be gazed by Dawei ever again. I've ruined my life.
Once, not a single time. What I do get sometimes is commission from them to make a video, and that commission, you can think of it like a sponsorship where they're like, hey, we'll pay you to make this video. But the difference with the commission is that they're not actually over my shoulder telling me what I can and can't say outside of things that are like a beta NDA, right? So like if there's a character that's not out yet but I have access to them, I can't talk about them, right, until the embargo's up. But in the case of where I say my opinion on a character, as long as it's not blatantly wrong, they don't care. Like if I came out and I said Acheron is actually a terrible unit when she released, they'd probably be like, you should reevaluate that. I think they would have even still let me release the video, to be honest, but I think they would have probably given me some feedback there, right? But there seems to be this huge misconception where everyone thinks I'm on some kind of HSR contract. I am not. All of my opinions on HSR have always been my own. I've always really loved HSR. I thought it was a super fun game, but times have changed, my feelings have changed, and that's all. And if you're dumb enough to think that I'm lying about that, if you want to keep putting on your tinfoil hat and keep shit talking me and adding me and try to rage bait me or whatever, like, I don't care. I just assume everyone who's dumb is rage baiting anyways, because then it makes it easier to cope with the fact that people are that stupid. The fact is, for Honkai Star Rail characters, they never paid me to say that every new character was broken or anything. It's just that they did have a blatant power creep issue with the newer units coming out, and that they all were just better than the old characters. There have been a lot of changes and lack of changes to Honkai Star Rail that I don't like. I think it is ridiculous that it took them this long to make a skip button for the story, but I'm glad they added it. I think that relic presets need to be a thing. There is absolutely no excuse for there not to be some. I'm pretty sure the business reason for there not being relic presets is because they want to keep up player retention, which happens when you change all of your relic sets to speed tune characters. We know what speed tuning is now. We should be able to quick swap relic sets, but they don't want us doing that, I'm pretty sure. I would love to be proven wrong though if they want to introduce them. The end game content is...
Give us more more 4-stars? Yeah. I think the 4-star thing is actually like one of my biggest issues with the game. Is how the fuck did we drop in quality when we're making more money? How did we go from making 1 4-star every month to making 0 4-stars in a year? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, bro. That's fucking nuts. But yeah, the relic loadout thing is pretty weird too. I'm so sure they're aware of it. But I heard yesterday where I saw like a post about Genshin having like a skip button, but it's actually not a skip button. Why do they keep doing that? They keep blue balling like these big changes and making it like shit. Like the relic loadout set, or like the artifact loadout set, I think they teased one time and people were freaking the fuck out, and it turned out it was shit. And then now they tease like the skip button and it turned out it was shit. So what is going on, bro? Like how are they fucking up these like quality of life changes? What is the Genshin skip button actually? I do want to know. How did they fumble the skip button for Genshin Impact? It's skipping the time? What does that mean? What does skipping the time mean? Skipping time changer? Oh, the day and night cycle? Oh, hell no. Oh shit, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I'm not gonna. That's insane. That is actually insane. Oh boy, no, that's got to be rage bait. I'm not gonna lie. That has to be fun, dude. Dawei's probably laughing his ass off in his office, man. There's no goddamn way that's real. There's actually. I don't believe it, bro. I don't fucking believe it. It's so fucking funny though. I feel so bad for them. I'm not gonna lie. That's terrible.
Quite stale. There's a lack of events. I mean, there are events, but there's not as many of them as there used to be. And of course, there's the power creep problem. Like, there's a lot of issues with Honkai Star Rail. I think it's still quite an enjoyable game for like a couple hundred hours though. And that's why I've been covering it, because I really genuinely enjoyed the game. I just got tired of making guide videos. There was never really a monetary incentive from the company for me to play Honkai Star Rail. I get paid like actual pennies from them by comparison to what other brands are paying me. They pay me like not even minimum wage. I think they pay me like a 15th of my rate that I get from other companies when I take sponsorships from them.
Yeah, they're fucking terrible. Fuck them. Dude, one time, Star Rail reached out to me for a sponsorship. They wanted me to like stream a live stream for something, and their payment was a potato taco from Taco Bell and 5 pennies. Dead ass. Oh, my bad. And a McDouble from McDonald's. Why'd you take it? Well, I was gonna stream it anyways, so free taco, I guess. You know, they do pay absolute shit, by the way. But I'll be honest, I'm not really too surprised, because if you're under a or if you're like making content for a game already, the brand is not really going to want to pay you, because they know you're going to make content already, right? So naturally they're going to pay you less, because it's like, oh, this guy's probably going to make it anyways. Gonna lowball his ass maybe. But yeah, like when another brand reaches out to you, it's because you don't play that game and you're popular in like Honkai Star Rail, so they want to convert these Honkai Star Rail players into like their game and shit, so they're going to like pay more. So I'm not really too surprised by that.
And if I was just doing videos for Honkai Star Rail and I wasn't taking any sponsors at all, I wouldn't be able to afford the mortgage that I have or the rent that I had before. So I don't know. I wanted to clear that up. I don't think people are going to believe me anyways, though. So I guess it is what it is, right? The amount of money that Hoyoverse is paying me is not enough to keep me making videos. The reason I made videos is because I was going to make them anyways, and the fact they were paying me was a nice little bonus on the side. I think people need to, you know, go interact with a real human being every once in a while. Some of the stuff you see online is just insane, man. But I'll tell you who
so many fucking gacha conspiracies about like every single word that any Hoyo creator says is paid by Hoyo, bro. God, is so fucking annoying. It's so fucking annoying, dude. I'm sure Brax is hit by it the most. I'm fucking sure. Oh, same thing with Pokey. Yeah, I'm sure they're always getting accusations like, oh, it's because he's paid by Hoyo and shit. God, bro, it's so gay.
I do have a contract with. It's Kuro Games. Right now, I'm working with them to make some character guides. It's actually been a thing for a while. And you know what? I actually really do like working with Kuro. I think they've given me a lot of great opportunities. This whole thing about like contracts and being evil and lying to people, I don't know where it came from. I've never had a single person complain about me being on a Kuro contract, and I've talked about being on a Kuro contract, but I keep getting people complaining that I'm on the Hoyoverse contract when not on a Hoyoverse contract. So I don't really know what's up with that.
Strange.
But anyways, I guess the reason I mentioned the Kuro thing is because I am going to continue to make Wuthering Waves guides basically until that contract's up, and then I'll decide what I want to do from there. It's not just a Honkai Star Rail issue. I actually just think I've gotten bored of making guides in general, and I would like to make some other content. I would like to talk about some other games as well. But with that said, we'll see what happens, because I have been enjoying playing Wuthering Waves quite a bit more recently. Actually, basically just since 2.0, I've been enjoying Wuthering Waves like a heck of a lot more than I enjoyed at launch. But either way, I just don't really want that to be all of my content. I really had such an awakening with the Duet Night Abyss video, the Warframe video, the Ethereal Restart video, where I'm like, I just like talking about games. I just really want to talk about them. I want to play them, and I want to bring you guys like game news and stuff too. So that's the direction we're going. And honestly, I'm a little bummed I couldn't make this video more entertaining. I've thought about like a bunch of ways, like how do I break the news to them and make it more interesting so that way it ends on a happy note. But realistically, guys, I think it is only a happy note if you guys are here for me and not just for my HSR guide videos. So for some of us, this is going to be goodbye, and I acknowledge that, and I recognize that, and I appreciate every single one of you guys who stuck with me through all of my guide videos, whether it was Genshin, whether it was HSR, whether it was Wuthering Waves. But going forward, I just really need to reclaim this for myself so that way I can be happier and make even better videos. Because at the end of the day, I want to talk about what I want to talk about, but it makes me the most happy to be able to make a really good video on it. Does that mean I'm quitting gacha forever? No. I mean, the thing is, even though gacha games can get stale after a while, I really am looking forward to Arknight's Enfield. That game plays differently from any of the other gachas we have right now. And what you guys need to understand is at the end of the day, gacha is a monetization method that affects gameplay. But if a game is just good and interesting and worth putting a couple 100 hours into, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna enjoy every second that I can get out of those games. And when I stop enjoying them, maybe it's time to play something else, you know? But I'll be covering Arknight's Enfield most likely, assuming that that game didn't change drastically from the last beta. And I'm also looking forward to Blue Protocol Star Resonance, despite all of the issues that it looks like that game is going to have. Okay. Either way, if you guys are here just for HSR guides, and I'm not going to see you anymore until I come back to HSR and Star Resonance, then thank you so much for everything, and I will see you guys later. But if you guys are here for this next chapter where we switch up what we're doing a little bit, I look forward to seeing you all on the other side. If you guys have any awesome games that you think are like lesser known, more niche, or you think need the attention of a bigger YouTube channel, let me know in the comments. I really want to I want to know what's worth my time playing. I'm going to catch up on my list that I have right now, but you know, I'd love to make a video on a Wizardry Variants Daphne, or even Rememento White Shadow. So thank you guys again. I appreciate the heck out of you. I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully it'll be a lot more fun.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone forever, chat. He is gone forever. No more Raxophone, chat. He's done. He's done. No more, chat. You will never see him ever again. This is a see you tomorrow moment. Yeah, if there's anyone that's gonna step up and take his spot, you know, guys, you know, if there's anyone who can do it, like, I'm just saying. I have a pretty good candidate in my mind. I think he would be pretty good. I do think he would be pretty good. Yeah. Let me know if you guys think the same, man. I should do it. No. His name starts with a B. His name does start with a B.